Hey guys, the Commander Casual here. Let me just deal through this here. Playing my Pako and Haldan No Creatures deck. Um, I mulliganed into this hand. Not my favorite hand ever, but it had two lands and a Soul Ring, so I'll take it. Um, the real feel bads is that we have Temporal Mastery in our hand, so we can't possibly miracle it. And as well, we have both Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots, which are almost the same card and not at all helpful to have both of them at this moment. Um, we, yeah, so for those that haven't seen any of the videos with this deck before, the whole point of the deck is mostly to kind of battle cruiser in with Pako. There's no other creatures in the actual library, just the commanders. So we'll never miss with Paco's ability. So he'll always get a counter from our library, and he'll always give us another non-creature card to play with Haldan, and then we try to kind of build up as much resources and ramp as we can to play all these other non-creature spells we get from everybody. So our opponents this game, we're up against a Vile Smasher, who's easily one of my favorite partner commanders of all of them, and Kaideal, chosen of Krufix. So Vile Smasher, whenever you cast your first spell each turn, he throws the converted mana cost of that damage, or converted mana cost of that spell as damage to an opponent at random. So super fun, goofy kind of burn commander. And Kaideal taps for a number of neutral mana equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. So usually what these two together means is it's like a wheel and deal deck. So the deck itself runs a whole bunch of like Wheel of Fate style effects, and then all the other kind of accompanying cards that deal damage when they draw or when we all draw, and or deal damage or have effects when we discard. And the idea is that you just stack as many of these draw and discard features as possible, while also throwing some extra damage around the File Smasher until you win. We're also playing against Otrimi, the Ever Playful, who's one of the sealed commander product cards from the like Ikoria commander set. I've never played against this commander before, so this is going to be interesting. He's a Sultai commander, and he has Mutate. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, return target creature card with Mutate from your graveyard to your hand. So probably going to be like a Mutate tribal kind of deck, and with Polywog Symbiote, it looks like that's the case. So I kind of stopped playing Magic while Ikoria came out, so I'll get to see some Mutate stuff, which is really interesting. What's our play here? We're never gonna get the gas dig through time with any kind of haste, so I guess we just play the Girl Guild Gate, and we'll play a Soul Ring, and we might as well play a Lightning Greaves, because we can Paco next turn and throw the Greaves on him. He'll already have haste on his own, but at least that'll give him Shroud, so he can't get removed very easily. And then the last commander we're playing against is one of the new Kaldheim commanders, new as of this video coming out, which is Toski, Bearer of Secrets. So he's the new Squirrel commander. And he's got a whole lot of text, so this spell can't be countered. He's indestructible. He attacks each combat if able, and whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you draw a card. So usually this is some kind of like mono green kind of value deck. I've seen somebody do like an Elf Ball kind of deck with it already as well, where it's just amassing like a ton of creatures and going for kind of like an engine based combo where you're like constantly creating more creatures and drawing more cards and doubling up on your mana. So he played a Tome of Legends. So I also haven't really gotten to play much through Throne of Eldraine, because it was also while I was taking a bit of a break from playing Magic. So a lot of these cards are new to me. So enters the battlefield a page counter. Whenever your commander enters the battlefield or attacks, put a page counter on Tome of Legends, and then you remove a page counter and draw a card. Well, that's cool. It's just a card draw artifact, which is really good for any color that isn't like a straight any deck that doesn't really have blue in it, or black, I guess. It's got a proliferate land. Yeah, so anytime you see a deserted temple, you can kind of feel there's like a mana doubling kind of thing going on here. So I'm not optimistic about that. So he's probably got like a Gaia's Cradle in here and Growing Rights of Itlimoc, which turns into kind of a build your own Gaia's Cradle. So this is probably going to be the deck to watch out for. This guy played a Parallel Lives, so maybe he's doing some kind of token deck here. I'm really surprised to see a Parallel Lives in this deck, because it doesn't really go with the Wheel and Deal theme. So we'll see what it does, I guess. So we're going to play Paco here. And who do we attack? I kind of want to attack this guy, just like the mono green player with the squirrel, just because uh, I don't feel good about his deck. I think it's gonna be like the most like this guy played a mana crypt, and I still don't feel like this guy's a super competitive deck. Although he's got an expedition map and a mana crypt, so maybe he's going for like he might be going for his own what's it called? I just said it. The land that taps Gaia's Cradle. That's it. We're not going to use Paco's ability because he just wants to go get Haldan from our library, but he's in our command zone. So as I said, Paco already has haste, but we'll give him the Shroud anyway. And like I guess this guy has more immediate potential to go off because he's got a lot of mana, so we'll go for him. Admittedly, I'm not super worried about the mutate deck because it seems like kind of an all your eggs in one basket kind of deck with just how mutate works. So we'll go for this guy for now and see what we get. I mean, we're slowly building up our card advantage with Paco. Oh, we got a 4. Nice. So we got Untamed Might. We got a forest from us. We got a forest from the mutate deck. And got a luxury suite, which is one of the cool Battle Bond. I think that's Battle Bond lands. The multiplayer built ones. I know like keeping these open doesn't let you guys see as much, but I'm really bad about forgetting all the cards in Exile. And I think MTGO has an issue displaying all of the fetch countered Exile cards anyway, because I've had a bit of an issue with it in the past, so. Maybe for thematic reasons I should have attacked the squirrel player because I have the dog. You know, the whole dog squirrel thing, but I don't know. The only thing that would prioritize anything over the squirrel in that regard would be if some commander was like a mailman or something like that. Just one of the classic dog stereotypes. So next turn we might just play Haldan and start playing lands from here. In case you guys can hear barking in the background, that's my own dog just being poorly behaved. She's making weird growling noises at our door right now. Gonna play Vial Smasher. I'm really curious to see what did he go get with. Yeah, he got a Gaia's Cradle. I knew it. Yeah, so he must be going for like a big mana. I've never seen this version of Gaia's Cradle. That art's really cool. Vexing Shusher. Spell can't be countered. Target spell can't be countered. See, I don't like that at all. When you see can't be, like effects that are specifically included to stop other people from countering your stuff, it just screams combo. I'm gonna see if he bites on this. Maybe he's doing like, so I thought about doing like a Vial Smasher Kamal, like the new partner Kamal, Goblin tribal deck. Maybe he's doing that because Vexing Shusher is a Goblin, and so is Vial Smasher, and there's a lot of Goblin cards that make tokens, and he's obviously going for a bit of a go wide strategy if he has Parallel Lives in Gaia's Cradle. Okay, so he mutated this down to the frog. So I'm still like a little fuzzy on how mutate works. I remember reading it and being like, I don't really understand this, and I need to see it. So he mutated it onto the frog, so it has the commander stats, but he has the frog's ability. Whenever you cast a creature, if it has mutate, draw a card, discard a card. So what did he discard? Souvenir Snatcher. Non-creature artifact. That's cool. Well, I'm happy he didn't mutate that. Steal our Soul Ring. Oh, but I guess he just gets to get stuff back with this anyway, so we'll still probably see this Souvenir Snatcher come about at some point. And Paco's going to get big fast if we hit a 4 already. That's sweet. I mean, obviously, like, we'll always get the counter from our own deck, but it's pretty rare you get, like, a full 4 counters from everybody. I mean, obviously the best chance you have is to like hit a land from everybody's deck, but yeah, that's okay. He conceded. Okay. Like he must have. Yeah. Yeah, that was weird. So, he must have like I don't know, like unplugged his computer, or powered off or something, or maybe just rage quit because he didn't get the start he wanted. I don't know. That was weird. Okay, so we have nothing in our graveyards. We're definitely not going to get the spell mastery off Animus Awakening, but we could just Animus Awakening here for a ton, or we could Haldan and Rancor and Forest and maybe something else. At the very least, let's play the Forest and Rancor Pako. Oh, he has... No, never mind. He has Shroud. No, not Concede. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, I could do this for 5. It's not bad. I don't know. Let's attack first and see what we get with Pako. And I'm not sure. My deck is a lot of things, and I'm not sure good is one of those, but we'll see. I'm gonna ask him Goblin Travel. If anybody's run the new Kamal with Vile Smasher as like a Goblin Travel, let me know. Because I'm thinking they're a good pair, because like he throws damage everywhere, and then Kamal can buff up all your Goblin. That's closer, okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe it's just like a token deck. We'll just spread the damage, I guess. This still has... No, I need to attack this other guy. He has way more of a foundation to go off of, and I'm worried he's going to do something with it. This will always yield. So obviously Paco's not going to get as big as fast anymore now, because there's only 3 players instead of 4 players now. So we got a Volcanic Visions, a Reclamation Sage, and Dragon Fodder. So I do think it's like a tokeny Goblin deck kind of thing, which I think is hilarious. So I'll ease off this guy, I think, a little bit now. Yeah, I figured he'd block here. Doesn't want to take 9 damage and go down to 21. The point of this deck isn't even necessarily to win with commander damage off Pako. It's just like an option, but it seems to come about pretty easily. Like it is not hard to get him going. So we could... I kind of want to Haldan and Dragon Fodder here. It'll give us blockers, so why not? And then we have Haldan out for other stuff. I mean, arguably the better play might have been to Animus Awakening, but I want goblins. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, I'm going to target me with it, and then I'm going to say no, because you're not going to go get... You're not going to go get Pako, because he's already on the battlefield. Okay, we're going to cast Dragon Fodder. It's not exactly the kind of things we're looking for with Pako's ability, but no complaints. And I'm not going to Rancor Haldan or one of the... I could have one of the goblins, actually. Maybe we'll do that. I mean, if it dies, Rancor just goes back to our hand anyway, so... And we can't attach Rancor to Pako while he's Lightning Greaves anyway. What have we got to lose? Very little. I'm just gonna have some fun here in the chat. I've stolen your goblins. I now have more goblins than you in your possibly goblin tribal deck. He's matched the amount of goblins I have already. Yeah, so here goes with Vile Smasher throwing the damage around. See, the fun thing about Vile Smasher too that actually makes him really deadly as the game progresses is as people start to die, the damage gets a lot more focused. So obviously, like, between 3 targets, you're like, okay, cool. It's like a 33% chance that I get hit. And then it's like, oh, it's a 50% chance I get hit. And then when it actually comes down to one-on-one, you're like, oh no, I'm eating all of that damage. Like, it actually helps, it really helps close out games. I have a Vile Smasher in paper, and I really, really enjoy building with it. I think I'm going to do I mean, I've already used Vile Smasher, I think, a few times in different deck builds on this channel, so I'm trying to avoid doing it again. But I really want to do Vile Smasher and Sakashima. And then you just fill the deck with clone effects. So you play Vile Smasher, you play Sakashima to become a copy of Vile Smasher, and then you just keep copying the Sakashima and turning it into Vile Smasher. Because then if they remove your original Vile Smasher or your original Sakashima, you've got all the copies of Vile Smasher that basically let you get around the legendary rule. And every time you cast a thing, you get more triggers, and then you just run some of the effects that copy triggers, and you just throw random burn damage everywhere. And then you can just add whatever spells you really like. Like, a lot of the spells that go well with him are spells that, like, you can cast for cheaper. Like, anything with Delve is great, because it registers as 8 mana for that spell, but you can cast it for less. So he'll still hit somebody for 8, even if you only spent 3 on it. So he's really good for that. But I want to build that Sakashima Vile Smasher deck. I might just have to do it in paper, but it could be a little bit too spiky, like a little bit too threatening. So Baleful Strix. What do we want to do next turn? So next turn we can Temporal Mastery if we want. It just, like, I mean, essentially that just gets us extra attacks, extra things exiled with Pako. And I mean, even if we don't draw a land, we've got lands in exile now, and we have Haldan, so we won't miss our land drops for the next bit. And there's a Rapid Growth. Okay, so we'll start off by playing, I mean, we're pretty good at red sources. We don't really need this luxury suite yet. Enter stop unless you have 2 or more. I'm going to play it now, actually, because I don't want this guy to die, and then I have to play this, and it comes in tapped. Because the effect on it is, as long as you have 2 or more opponents. So we'll start with that. Okay, so we'll attack with Pako. See what we get. Those are cool goblin tokens. Sling Gang Lieutenant's just like the mini Siege Gang Commander. Those are such cool tokens, though. Yeah, we'll attack with Pako, see what we get, and then if we don't get something cool, I guess we'll just Temporal Mastery and do it again. We don't really want to attack this guy. Like, I was going to start putting more of my damage towards this guy, but the Death Touch is actually a huge pain. I suppose I could have done that before. Never mind, I don't have anything in my graveyard. Imagine having more than 1 red mana. Can never be me. It's great. I love it. I'm not trying to rub it in, I'm just trying to have a little fun. Declare attackers, okay. So I guess we attack this guy. Nothing personal, guy. I just don't want to lose Pako. Okay, let's see what we get. Oh, nice. That's a big 3. Oh, we can Pyroblast the Baleful Strix now. I put Pyroblast and Red Elemental Blast in here because I just love those cards. They're so funny. And somebody always plays blue. Always. These guys were both blue, so. Yeah, so I think we'll Temporal Mastery, and then we'll... I guess we'll Red Elemental Blast. Or sorry, Pyroblast the Baleful Strix, and then we'll attack this guy next turn. Yeah, we don't have any trample, so that feels pretty bad. That jerk. That's pretty expected. Oh, for a second I thought it was like, we don't have enough blue, but we do. Thank goodness. That would have been awkward. Temporal Mastery. So we take another turn. Here's a mountain to add to our red sources. Zagorth Triome. That guy's a mystical tutor. Zagoth. Sorry. I, for whatever reason, imagined an R in there. Okay, so we'll play Forest. We will Pyroblast Baleful Strix, right? Yeah. I mean, I want somebody to attack so I can jump with this goblin, and then we'll switch out Swiftfoot Boots onto Pako and throw Rancor on him. But I'm not really stressed about doing it right away. I mean, I could always move the Lightning Greaves over to this goblin. Rancor will fall off. Go back to my hand. I could put it on Pako. Swiftfoot Boots him. Is this guy doing something? Oh, go away. I forgot about that. So we could... Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could Pyroblast. Or sorry, Volcanic Vision. To get Pyroblast back. And it'll deal 1 damage to this. All these guys. Is that what we do? I want to. Heck yeah, let's do it. It's funny. We're here to have fun. I'm sorry if this upsets anybody. As a suboptimal play. Gets a bunch of dudes out of our way. I mean, this guy's just going to sack all of his goblins, which is pretty expected, but... And I mean, yeah, I know his Baleful Strix tapped, but it's still going to be an issue going forward, so... We're just going to get rid of it. Yep. Just keep pinging me. Yep. Take that, Strix. Owl, you jerk. Get out of here. Okay, now I should actually start taking this seriously. Let's see what other things we get. Got another land. Ooh, nice. Seize the day. Nice 3 hits there, so 3 extra counters. Pako's getting real big. Yeah, so we can really start throwing Pako at people more. This is like the first time I've hit this many lands on other people's libraries with Pako. Maybe these guys just like to build their decks with tons of lands. My usual is like, I usually go with 37 lands for my commander decks. Just as like a standard. But if it's monocolored and the curve is a little bit lower, I'll usually reduce that by like 1 or 2. Run like 36 or 35. I mean, obviously there's some decks where like the land count's like way different than that. Like I think my like first deck was a budget Borborygmos deck, which had like close to 70 lands in it or something. More than that even. I mean, if you're running like a landfall based deck too, you almost want way more lands too, just to keep those triggers coming as much as you can. Like I think if I ran the second Omnath, Locus of Rage, I'd probably run like 40 at least lands. Because that whole deck is just like play ramp, play Omnath, play more ramp. Can you get rid of the Lightning Greaves Sleepy? Yeah, they want to get rid of Pako. See, the great thing about Pako, though, is even if you get rid of him, I can just replay him, swing again. You can never really get rid of Pako. Like in this deck, usually, like we haven't even ramped very hard this game. But usually this deck ramps really hard too, so you can just keep recasting him, just keep attacking with him. The haste on him is so good. Like the fact that he has haste on his card instead of using an ability to give him that. You just hard cast and empty the wards. That feels real bad. I do have a sad empty though. Somebody who loves storm cards, that empty the wards did make me very sad. With 0 storm. So he's clearly going for like a goblin tokens is like his thing in that deck. So he's probably running like a Perforos and like an Impact Tremors as well. And then like every goblin thing, like he's probably got like a Hordling Outburst as well. And then a whole bunch of effects that double up your tokens, like Parallel Lives and Doubling Season and stuff like that. And he's just going for kind of like a goblin go wide with some extra like burn thrown in there from Vile Smasher and like the Enter the Battlefield triggers. And obviously like Sling Gang Commander and Siege Gang Lieutenant. Sorry, Sling Gang Lieutenant and Siege Gang Commander. I think I said those backwards. Goblin Storm specifically. I love it. So the question is, if we move the Greaves off Pako, is he just gonna like mess him up immediately? Because I want to move the Greaves to get the Rancor off the Goblin, and then we can just actually start killing people. I'm gonna play my island because I want to cast this Mystical Tutor. Let's see how this goes first. So this will make Rancor fall off. Or it should. What? Oh no, it was okay, never mind. Well, we'll just move it back. Sorry, I was thinking one of these games I put sort of Feast and Famine on Pako. Let's see if something happens here. I mean, if it's anything with blue in it, I can counter it, but... Okay, so we need this goblin to die now for anything to happen, so we'll have to attack with it. That was your chance, Corky. Psych! Yeah, I was trying to bait them. No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I guess we attack with Pako and maybe seize the day. We'll attack this guy with the goblin. We have more to gain from attacking this guy with Pako, because this guy's just going to chump with a goblin. Oh no, I didn't mystical tutor. Oh wait, I can still do it. Wait, no, turn off my yields. No, don't concede. Turn off the auto yields. No! Whatever. I can still do it. It sees the day. Nightbill Predator. Cool. Wait, does this target too? Can I not? Untap. Okay, so I'll have to move the Lightning Grace to do that. Yeah, he has to block here. I guess he... What's... Like, is he... really hoping he can Dragon Predator? I guess it's cheaper to mutate him out than to just play him flat anyway. And then he can have a flying Dragon Predator Otrimi. Oh yeah, and he can just regenerate it too. I could Pyroblast it. Yeah, I think that's what we got to do. Sorry, buddy. Fool me once. And he's tapped out now. Well, almost tapped out now, so he won't be able to screw with my Lightning Greaves. And I don't think this guy blocked. He doesn't want me to get my Rancor. That's what I get for just being goofy, trying to have fun with it. I screwed myself out of not winning. I'm not losing or anything, but yeah. Move those over. Let's cast Mystical Tutor before I forget. Okay, what do I want? So whatever I put on top of my library is going to get exiled with Pako. And then I can cast it with Haldan, so... Mana Geyser's sweet, because then I can just cast, like, everything in exile. Comet Storm. Get rid of Elemental Blast. There's not a lot that, like, Mana Geyser doesn't really do much for me right now, because there isn't actually that much to play. And let's go with, like, Rishkar's Expertise. Draw a bunch of cards, cast Rampant Growth or something. Cyclonic Rift is, like, the actual win choice, but I don't want to be a jerk. Okay. That's on top of my library now, which will get exiled, so let's seize the day. Yeah, there's the concede. Not terribly surprised by that. Let's move this over just in case. So I should have another combat. There we go. Let's see what we get. Distant Melody. Oh, cool. And we can seize the day again as well. My Dream Melody. No, Distant Melody. That card actually has the potential to draw you a stupid amount of cards. Especially with like the goblin tokens. Does this just give me an extra combat? Like, could I cast this again? There's an additional... Okay, it gives you an extra main. Okay. Well, I'm in it now, I guess. So I'll do it again. Because why not? So I have like Soul's Fire in my paper Pako deck, which would be hilarious in this instance, because you just get to deal like damage for, equal to a creature's power you control, like that you control, to somebody else. So I can just ping this guy for like 21 damage. Get a Myriad Landscape and a Breeding Pool. Sweet, Breeding Pool's good. All right. Maybe we can get our Prophetic Bolt and blow up our Goblin with the Rancor on it so we can actually put Rancor on Pako. That's what I get for trying to be funny and just have a good time with it, is like screwing myself out of a win. Like, watch this guy like board wipe me and kill me or something. Storm off and kill me. I don't know what it is about the Delve cards. It makes it think that I can play them, but I can't. Like, even if I had enough cards in my graveyard, like, you can't... I don't have any blue available, so I couldn't casting through time right now anyway. But it seems to think I can. Oof. There's some damage. So I better Rishkar's expertise. Distal Task, right? Alright, let's find something here. Cool. There's our Prophetic Bolt. Dope. I think we might actually have to do that. Prophetic Bolt the Goblin so we can get Rancor back. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Cigarette Elemental Blast, I guess. If we could play a land this turn still, I probably would have taken Yavimaya Haldo, but I'm going to end the game here, I think, so. Rancor. Let's see if he's got any responses. Doesn't look like it. Just so he has less toughness to block with. Okay. So we should have it now. I think he's just giving me the kill, so I won't drag it out. I don't know, we'll see. He's got mana up. Smoke. Nice. Love that card. And Goblin Bombardment. Rest in peace, GG. GG. Stick it out. Wait. Is he just doing this for a last hurrah? Or is he killing me? I'm confused. Is he gonna like lightning bolt me for 1 billion or something? He's tapped out, right? Yeah. I love this idea, the Goblin Storm deck. That sounds like fun. I love goblins and I love Storm, so I'm a sucker for that. I'm happy he stuck it out though. It's way more fun when you actually get to like finish the game with your attack. Thanks. Shameless self-plug. Oops. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, thanks for watching, guys. This deck did exactly what we wanted, especially because we were kind of screwed. Well, I was kind of screwing around with it anyway, but yeah, this is our 3rd game, I think, so I probably won't post much more with this deck unless you guys specifically want to. I did upload the deck list in the deck tech video. There's a tapped out link in the description, so if you want to see specifically what I'm running in here, go check it out. But the thing about this deck is it's really modular, and you can kind of, like the creatureless thing, you can kind of do your own way. So like you can do you can do like tokens if you want, like all these kind of token generators like this guy. You could even do like goblin tokens and stuff like that if you really wanted to. You could do like a storm style deck with it. That would easily work too. Or you could do like enchantments, you know, just artifacts even. Like the non-creatures thing, you can actually take in a lot of different directions. I just kind of did it with like general value cards and things that I had in my library that I really like. So I'd say go ahead and build your own with a bunch of cards you like and have fun with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.